Good morning, La Casa family. This is a beautiful, wonderful Sunday morning. We just wrapped up 8 a.m. worship. Now, if you're feeling a little confused, you're looking at your screen right now and you're like, wait a second, that's not Pastor Matt. Who is this guy? Well, I see he's wearing a suit, so maybe this is Chris Lehman, right? No, he's too good looking to be Chris Lehman. Who is this guy? Well, it's the one and only Connor Treude, here to host that which takes place in the before and the after. I forget how Pastor Matt says it, but this is the Interlude. Pastor Matt, along with a lot of our other church members, are off in Italy right now on a big church trip. And Chris is also elsewhere too. It's world domination La Casa style right now, so I'm keeping things afloat here back at home base to host the Interlude for you now. Now, what I want to talk about a little bit is last week, we just started our 50-year anniversary, and how about that parade? The boat, the activities, the food, the fun, and man, it was just a total blast, and it got me thinking about all of the rich history that lives here at La Casa de Cristo. And we have some guests with us, and before I get to them, I just wanted to share a quick little story of my own, talking about the history of La Casa de Cristo. You know, a lot of people say, Connor, you're still young, but you know what? I've been here at the church for a long time, and there is so much to look back on, so much gratitude for my time here. And it starts all right here in our beautiful sanctuary. You know, believe it or not, when La Casa was alive and kicking, there was a time when the sanctuary wasn't here yet. In our 10:30 now contemporary worship service in the gathering place, that was just a simple gymnasium, and you can look up past all of our lights. There's still basketball hoops there. Our youth and our kids still play games there, but now it's all carpeted and it's been tricked out for a full worship service. But it was a regular standard gymnasium, and all of the services took place in there once upon a time. And I remember being a little boy with my family, and it was announced that the sanctuary was going to be built, and there was a beautiful candlelight service all around here. This was just a big open plot of land, and our congregation stood hand in hand for a candlelight service to help bless the plot of land that was going to become our sanctuary. And as the foundation went up, and as things were still getting finalized, people were writing their names here on the walls, on the pillars, and then it all got painted, and it just goes to show, it's a testament to the living congregation in these very walls. So that's one of my personal memories, but I want to bring in our first guest here with some memories of her own. Come on in. Yeah, don't be shy. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And if you could introduce yourself to the viewers at home.
I am Peggy Redding.
Thank you so much, Peggy. And it's to my understanding, you also have quite a history here with the church, you and your family. I would love to know, is there anything that you look back on with fondness that just resonates with your time here at the church?
So I have a lot of memories. The Reddings, my husband and family joined in 1983. So he went through confirmation here, and the family's just been here forever. And we're raising our son, who got confirmed, baptized, everything here. I personally joined in 2001, which doesn't feel like that long, but it is. And my earliest memory, though, is actually when I was about 2 or 3, maybe. My Pastor Garman was walking the neighborhood telling people who lived in the area that he was starting a church. And he came to me where my mom was doing yard work in the front yard, and she would always tell the story, "Hi, I'm Andy Garman." And we were Episcopal, so we didn't join, but I just grew up, went to Desert Shadows where this church service was held, and Horizon and New People and everything. So long time memories, even before I joined.
That's amazing. And yeah, we border a lot of neighborhoods around here. And I got to know, maybe, sorry in advance, Pastor Garman, but all those years ago, what was the hair situation like with Pastor Garman, with Andy Garman?
I personally don't remember, but I know he did have hair.
Okay, well, you know what? He's still rocking what he's got now. So thank you very much. So that's the earliest memory. And yeah, 2001, I can remember 2001, and it's also weird to think how that was somehow 20 years ago. So anything in the last decade now. So we're starting the beginning. Is there like a midpoint, anything that you can remember? How about your family? Anything like that?
So I'm in the bell choir, so I've been doing that for 17 years, I think. And then my son Malcolm he's 14, so the 10 years would cover him going through Sunday school and VBX since he was old enough to do it, and now he volunteers at it. His first year when he was 4, he said, I'm going to keep doing this until I can't, and then I'm going to be a volunteer. And he has. So he signed up to do it again this summer. So it's been fun.
That's very fun. And then anything recent? So with the bell choirs, so today's service does feature our wonderful bell choir. You guys are always rock stars. Love showing you guys off. What has the journey with that been like? What got you into it? What cracked the code? And as it pertains to performing, playing here, what's it all like?
So I got into it because when I was little, a bell choir came to the church I went to as a child, and I loved it. And then I loved watching ours. So I joined one time Marcy Hunt's. The first handbell director had like an open ring over the summer, and I had changed positions at my job, so I got off work early enough to come to rehearsal, and it's been fun.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for for being here with the Interlude. Thank you very much. We have one more guest for you. Let's keep the good times rolling, or in the theme of our ship last week, let's have the good tides keep rolling. Thank you very much. Come on in. Lovely to see you. Good morning. For the viewers at home, if you could just introduce yourself.
I'm Heidi Durback.
Awesome, Heidi. And so just memories all across our campus. The history of this church is so rich, and I want to know, what are some ways that the church has created some lasting memories with you?
Well, one of the things, in addition to your writing on the walls, behind the blocks on this side of the sanctuary, there are verses and thoughts written everywhere on the back side of those blocks. And then the blocks are put up, so the word stands forever.
Just immortalizing those sentiments is truly great. And yeah, so being in our church choir, you have a very unique perspective, both in terms of how worship is ran and the space in which we worship itself. How's it been for you seeing, it took some time to get to where the sanctuary is today, but can you remember how it was sort of seeing the full vision of this place gradually come to realization?
Well, yes, I can, because I was on the building committee and helped with some of the decisions that were made here. And so I was really here from the ground up. And one of my favorite memories of this whole construction was there was scaffolding in the sanctuary up to the ceiling. And we all got to go up. Wow. Up. And we all got to look out the little clear story windows, except for our leader, Pastor Garman.
Oh.
He is a little skittish on heights.
Well, I was going to ask you, so how are you with heights? Was it too...
Oh, no. It's great. You could see the whole neighborhood.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I'm going to have to come clean on something too, just as a personal little story. Within my first 2 weeks of working here at La Casa, we had some light fixtures that we needed to replace, and I helped our AV director, Gary Spears, with that. We brought in a huge lift, had to painstakingly move it around this baptism font right here, and we were up in that corner, and the lift took you all the way up. Now, if you're here all the time, we're used to this high ceiling. But boy, oh boy, does it make a difference once you're actually up there. And I very politely let Gary know that I needed to be brought back down. But I'm glad that you had the opportunity with other people to really get that true perspective. I think the closest that we can come to it now is when we lead our worship services. We have a little balcony loft area for our manned cameras. We call it the crow's nest. Our cameraman running the camera right now, Elijah, can attest to that. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much. Is there any other, how were things last weekend for you before we wrap up? The celebration, everything.
Great celebration. Something we couldn't even imagine years ago. So, 50 more.
50 more. Truly a testament to our time here of what we've accomplished, and there's so much to look forward to right now to come. Thank you so much for joining us. Awesome. So, Yeah, there's so much more to look forward to. Later today, this afternoon after service, right here in the sanctuary, we have our Sonoran Desert Chorale performing some beautiful music. We have our youth band in our contemporary space today at 10:30 leading in worship. That's just amazing. There's so much to look back on and so much to be thankful for. So thanks for tuning in to the Interlude. I think we're going to wrap it up now. This has been Connor Treude, and we will see you next time.